Joined here now by Lima-Marin's attorney, Aaron Alanoff. Appreciate you being here. So, more than 3 weeks after a federal judge ordered him released, your client's still in custody. Did you ever think that we would be here at this point?
I knew that was always a possibility, but I was hoping not.
So ICE has filed its notice to appeal. They want to continue their action to seek his deportation. What's Rene's state of mind these days?
I think he's optimistic, also reserved. I mean, again, the rug has been pulled out from him on more than one occasion in the past. So, but I think he's got some confidence in what we're doing and where we're going.
He came to this country from Cuba as a child, and is the expectation in your mind that ICE is really seeking to deport him to Cuba, which is rare but happens, or are they just playing out the string in this case?
I have no idea other than what they tell me, which is, you know, yes, their intention is to actually deport him to Cuba.
I think a lot of people heard that the governor issued a pardon for your client. There's bipartisan support for that, with the idea of fixing an injustice in the system. Then here comes this immigration action. The governor's pardon only has limited heft in the immigration courts that you're in.
Right, that's correct. So the governor's pardon only affects three types of bases for removability. That is any conviction for an aggravated felony, multiple crimes of moral turpitude, or a conviction for high-speed flight from an immigration checkpoint. Aside from those three grounds, if you still satisfy any one of the other provisions under the INA for deportability or removability, then the Department of Homeland Security can still pursue you. They just have to charge it differently, which is what's going on here. Originally, Rene was deported back in 2000, or ordered removed based on his 2000 convictions, which were an aggravated felony. But now, with the gubernatorial pardon, the basis as an aggravated felony has been erased, but the government still has an opportunity to charge him anew under a different subsection. In this case, they're charging that his conviction in 2000 is now a firearms offense. So ICE, going back to the drawing board, comes up with new qualification for deportation. Why do you think they're trying so hard to get him out of the country? You know, I really couldn't speculate as to what the intentions of the administration are, but I know that the Trump administration took a pretty hard line on immigration, and this has been in the news quite a bit, so it's I think the obvious may be the obvious, and may be correct. Do you think it has anything to do with the public pressure surrounding this case? The fact that Rene kind of became a cause celeb, and there were a lot of folks, politicians and in the media and in the public, that rallied to his cause. Do you think any of this is pushback from ICE or the administration saying we won't be told what to do by public opinion? I suppose it's certainly possible, but I really don't know, and they certainly won't comment to me about it. So at this point, we go forward, ICE appealing things, and there's a chance now that this ends up going to higher courts. You're representing Mr. Lima-Marin pro bono. How far are you guys willing to take this? Well, at this point, we're just going one step at a time. You know, as the path sort of unveils itself, we'll continue. At this point, we're going to continue working on it on a pro bono basis. It's an important case. Rene's got a very significant case. It's very important as far as the plight of the immigrant community here in Colorado, and so we're going to continue it as long as we can. Last question for you. The folks who know his story because of the fact that the rug's been pulled out from under him, that he was mistakenly released, led a reformed life, ended up back in prison. Does any of that matter to the judges that you're before? Generally, no. The discretionary aspects of a judge, or the discretionary parts for the judge's authority, are pretty limited in scope. Really, a judge is limited based on the Immigration and Nationality Act. So it all comes down mainly to legal argument. The equities of the case don't really matter most of the time, except coming up if we get to have a bond hearing. Then
then his past history is going to play a significant factor.
As you could point out, he's not likely to be a flight risk. He's known in the community, that kind of thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
And he doesn't pose a danger to the community just based on the 6 years that he was out and committed no new offenses.
All right, Aaron Elenoff, attorney for Rene Lima-Marin. Thank you so much for coming by, keeping us updated on the case.
Thank you.